guys, the Benidorm Enthusiast here, and July is almost upon us. Halfway through the year already. Where does the time go? So summer is in full swing now here, and as always in Benidorm there are lots of exciting activities and events going on, and July is no exception. Some really great things happening in Benidorm over the next month, which I will get into in a little bit more detail in just a sec. But first of all, let me tell you a little bit about the weather. Well, it is hot. No surprises there. Summer in Spain is usually hot, of course, but July 2025 is set to start with the first official heatwave of the year underway. So it's not just hot, it's
Scorchio.
This June has been the hottest June ever on record for Spain, and there are weather alerts going out all over the country this weekend, continuing into next week when July commences. In some parts of Spain, it is set to reach 45 degrees in the shade this weekend. Thankfully, in our area, we won't see temperatures anywhere near that. The predicted temperatures for Benidorm for this weekend are around the low to mid 30s. These are shade temperatures, remember guys. Whenever I talk about the official temperatures, or whenever you see the weather reports on the TV or in the newspapers or anything like that, they will always measure the temperatures in the shade. If you're in the direct sunlight, if you're sitting on the beach or if you're chilling out by the pool, you're going to be feeling and you're going to be experiencing some much higher temperatures. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of the temperature boards around town here showing well into the 40s this weekend. You know, like the ones that you see outside the pharmacies and places like that that have the thermometer placed in the sun for at least some time during the day. The nights, unfortunately, they're going to be very warm too, with temperatures barely dropping below 25 degrees overnight. And humidity tends to rise on a night too. So just when you think it should be starting to cool down as the sun sets, it actually gets stuffier and stickier. So that's how the start of the month is looking. And I can't see it cooling down much from here, to be honest. July and August are the hottest months of the year, so just be prepared for it if you are heading out here soon. If you can, stay out of the sun during the hottest parts of the day. If you can stay indoors during the peak hours in the aircon, even better. Do as the locals do. Go have some lunch, go lay down, have a siesta between the hours of say 1-2 p.m. to around 5 or 6 p.m. It is hot enough early morning and it is hot enough late afternoon that you can still get yourself a very nice tan whilst avoiding the hottest part of the day and minimising your risk of any sort of heat stroke or heat exhaustion. Keep yourselves hydrated, lots of water in between your cocktails, and get that high factor sun cream slapped on too. I don't want to sound like I'm preaching now, but I do think it is important and worth sending out some reminders for how to cope with the high temperatures, because sadly thousands of people do die in Spain every year due to the extreme heat in summer. So just bear that in mind. Okay, on to the fun stuff. What's going on event-wise in Benidorm in July? Well, all the big attractions are open and they will be very busy in July. We've got 2 water parks here, a zoo, an animal park, a theme park, a fun fair, games arcades, we've got go-karts, we've got jet skis, all other kinds of water sports. There are boat trips, there are quad and jeep safaris, some fantastic excursions taking you outside of Benidorm to see the surrounding areas as well. I'll post some links in the video description below where you can book all your tickets and all your excursions and trips at a great price. Not to mention all the great entertainment going on in the bars and around in the hotels, and food from all corners of the earth in our restaurants. But on top of that, we have got some big special events coming up in the month of July too. So the first big event of July is a music festival taking place at the Guillermo Amor Stadium next weekend. That's Saturday the 5th and Sunday the 6th of July. The 6th edition of the Reggaeton Beach Festival, Europe's largest urban festival. 2 action-packed days and nights of partying and celebrating reggaeton music. As well as seeing some top artists from this music genre perform over the weekend, there's all sorts of other crazy stuff going on. There'll be lots of fireworks, there'll be laser shows, confetti cannons, there are water zones with slides and mechanical surfing, food trucks and bars and all that kind of festival stuff to keep you going all weekend long. There are some tickets still available for this. If you do fancy it, follow the link in the video description. You can get your tickets. Next up, we have a big sports event, the Costa Blanca Cup, which is probably the biggest football event that takes place in Benidorm and the surrounding areas over the summer. The Costa Blanca Cup is an international youth football tournament which brings together thousands of aspiring footballers, football coaches and families from all over the world every summer. This year it takes place from the 6th of July until the 12th of July, and we'll see clubs from more than 20 different countries taking part. Let us know if you know anyone playing in that tournament this year. Games will be played in surrounding towns like Altea and Lanusia as well, but if you want to be a spectator here in Benidorm, get yourselves down to the small football pitches. That's the Antonio Lopez pitches, which are behind the IMED Hospital in the Rincon de Loix area. And there's more info on the Costa Blanca Cup in the video description too. In the middle of July we have a fiesta. Of course we do. I don't think there's a month of the year that goes by that we don't have at least one fiesta going on in Benidorm, and I absolutely love that about Spain. There is always something being celebrated. Lots of history, lots of tradition, so for those of you that say there's no culture in Benidorm, you don't know what you're talking about. So from the 15th to the 20th of July it is the Fiesta de la Virgen de Carmen, the patron saint of the sea and the fishermen. Of course, Benidorm was once a sleepy fishing village, and so there is a long-standing connection between fishing traditions and Benidorm. So for almost a week we will see the streets filled with emotion, faith and colour to pay homage to the Virgin. Most of these events will be based around the harbour area, by the Castle area up at the Mirador, by the San Jaime Church in the Old Town and by the Mal Paz Beach. The highlight of the week is the seafaring procession, which travels through the Bay of Benidorm, escorted by decorated boats. So look out for that, guys. Don't miss it if you're here that week. Once we get a detailed itinerary of the Fiesta events, I will pop that on our other socials for you. Another huge music event to finish the month, probably the biggest music event of the year in fact. It is the Low Festival, and this is from the 25th to the 27th of July, and again it's held at the Guillermo Amor Stadium and the surrounding sports village area. There will be more than 65 live performances over 4 stages this year. Wow. Some big names too this year. You can see the likes of the Pet Shop Boys, the Cooks, Bombay Stereo, Empire of the Stun, Lori Meyers, Fangoria and many, many more. All sorts of other festival fun ongoing over that weekend as well, of course. Pop-up bars, street food, VIP zones with swimming pools. It will be a great event, and there are still a few different ticket options available for that as well. So if you fancy going to the Low Festival, follow the link in the video description to have a look at the ticketing options still available. If there's a group of you coming over and you want a minibus private transfer, get in touch with me via email at benidormenthusiast@gmail.com and I can help you sort that out at the best price. I think that's about it for July, folks. As I said at the start, be prepared for some intense heat if you are heading out this way. Let us know in the comments if you are coming out in July. And I'd love to see you at Funky Flamingo Bar, where I host the karaoke on Friday afternoons, 3 p.m. till 8 p.m, and on Monday nights, 7 p.m. till midnight. Come along, say hi and sing me a song. Thanks for watching. Get subscribed to the channel if you're not already. It really, really helps us out. And keep your eye on our other platforms like Facebook, Instagram and TikTok at the Benidorm Enthusiast for more updates on what is going on in and around Benidorm. Hope you enjoyed this video. Stay positive and stay safe.